We back?
We back. Okay.
Not him, me, I just watched The Backrooms. Not the series, the movie. And it's an absolute 10 out of 10. It's great, blah, blah, blah. It's the best movie I've ever seen. But I'm not good with horror movies.
Yes.
It is rated R.
Mm-hmm.
There is spoilers, we're saying in the review. There's spoilers. And I'm going to go in depth. But...
Don't give the whole plot away. But
no, I am.
But yeah. Well, I want to go back to... you're not good with horror movies.
I'm really not.
You're really not.
I hate everything horror related.
So why did you like this so much as a horror movie?
Because it wasn't like... The reason I don't like horror is I don't like things jumping out at me. I don't like scary... Like, if they look scary. If they just jump out, then I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're like, look scary, I don't like that. I don't like blood or anything. It wasn't just... It was... The first half... Very slow. They're just exploring. There wasn't any real jump scares until midway through the movie. It's very good. I don't really know what to say.
Okay. Well, I'll interview style
ask me questions.
Because I didn't know what. So this is based off the Backrooms.
The Backrooms, yes.
Backrooms is
series by Kane. I forget his last name.
Okay, a series on YouTube, right? Or
yep.
TikTok or what? Okay, YouTube. And they made a movie. And it's apparently pretty interesting. People are enjoying this so far.
Yes. Well, some people hate it. Some people like it.
Why do some people hate it?
That's a good question. The people who hate it just say they hate it. They don't give a good reason.
Okay.
And it's probably because they're used to YouTube videos and TikTok. And they are not used to... Their attention span is very low.
That's interesting. That's interesting. How long is the movie?
Patient. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Around 2 hours.
And you said it didn't feel like 2 hours.
Did not feel like... Well, it did and also didn't.
Okay.
Because the slow parts felt slow, but it was like good slow. But the fast parts also felt kind of slow, but also fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, with Mandalorian and Grogu, which we saw, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it felt it, especially that last half hour.
Yeah, definitely.
Really felt, okay, we don't need this. But
none of that.
None of that in this movie?
Piece of dialogue, every scene has a meaning, and it's written perfectly. I don't think there's any real bad part that I noticed that, oh, that's stupid, they shouldn't have had that. Okay. The best part of the movie is so there's, in the Backrooms, there's the entities called Still Life. And they also gave us an answer to what the Backrooms is, because I still have no idea what the Backrooms is when I watched the series with my friends.
But this movie explains it?
Yeah, the Backrooms, it's kind of like a living memory. Each person, each object is remembered in the Backrooms. It's like, he explained in the movie, it's like telling someone to draw a dog when they've never drawn a dog and describing what a dog is and then looking at that.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, that's really... See, this is interesting. I didn't go see the movie because I didn't know anything about this. I wanted to, but... You had already had plans with your friends who are also fans of the series to see this, so I didn't get a chance to, and my students had a performance tonight, so I couldn't go. Okay, this is I do want to see this, even though you're giving me spoilers.
I'm giving like all the spoilers.
I don't think it's going to affect me. Will that affect me much? Okay.
I'm going to tell you every detail. It's really not going to matter.
Well, I mean, don't tell us every detail because I want to see it, but acting good?
Great. Okay. Genuinely the best out of every movie I've seen in the past 10 years, best acting. Okay,
if you're going to rank, you said ranking system.
Top 3.
Top 3 movies you've ever seen?
Ever seen, yeah.
What's above it?
Project Hail Mary and Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, wow. So this would be third?
Yes.
Whoa, all right.
It's a great movie.
Wow, all right. I do want to see it. Would you see it again?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because... at the first part, it's rated R. I was very hesitant on watching it. So I kind of looked away at some parts, but, well, everyone looked away. Everyone in the theater looked completely away at some parts. Because it was just
gory or scary?
Not gory, just you thought that it was terrifying. It wasn't actually terrifying, you just think it's terrifying.
See, that's interesting. That makes me want to see it more.
Yeah.
Because my favorite horror movie of all time isn't bloody. Even though people think it is. And that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, which that title alone, you think, oh, what? But that movie is way more psychologically terrifying.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Than it is gory. So That's really fascinating, and I really want you to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really do, but I think we'll wait a couple years because it's really messed up. But interesting. This is so interesting.
The main entity, I'm not going to say what or who it is, but the main entity is played by this guy. I forget his name. He's 7'7". It was, you could barely tell it was a person.
Really?
No, it wasn't a person. But
it was also played by
played by a person, but it was just done so well that you just don't think it's a person at all.
That's pretty. See, now I'm really
terrifying.
Interested in seeing this.
And you don't know. So each part, you know, there's a threat. This is from Moist Critical. That you know there's a threat. You just don't know what it is, but you know it's a threat.
Awesome.
You don't know what it is for the first hour of the movie.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
but you know there is one.
But and do you see eventually? You see what
eventually
it is, scary thing or whatever it is.
They show it in a very slow way.
Okay, so slow build. All right, that's interesting because there's another movie that someone compared it to that I don't know if it's accurate, and you won't know because you haven't seen it. It's called It Follows, and basically it's this entity thing inhabits these people, and they just expressionless just walk at you and just walk at you.
That's terrifying.
It is so terrifying the way it's done. And I think you need to watch this movie because it's so, you just go, okay, that person, and you see them in the background, you know, out of frame a little bit, and they're just slowly coming, and they just keep, and they don't stop, and they just keep coming. And you go, it's so awesome. I love that movie. It's so great. I think some people were comparing to this, what I read, were comparing the psychological horror aspect of it to that a little bit. So I'm curious, even... You got me real curious about seeing this, bro. I gotta see him.
But
all right.
Again, every person in the movie, every still life looked nothing like humans, but also like humans. Again, like the dog thing. But
that's so interesting.
Yeah,
it's your memory of a thing that you never. Yeah, that's so weird.
And you don't know who the main character is.
Okay.
And you do get a lot of like answers, but you also get a lot of questions. It explains everything, but it doesn't explain anything at the exact same time. They're leaning away. If you have seen the Backrooms, you know the first found footage had bacteria. Same with Pitfall. Bacteria was this giant spaghetti-like black figure. It wasn't in this movie. That's not really a spoiler. It just wasn't in the movie because he's leaning more away from that. But it shouldn't have been in the movie, honestly. It might have been in the movie because some of the parts, it was so dark you couldn't tell what was happening.
That's pretty interesting, too. All right. Well, cool. So you're obviously giving this a 10?
Oh, obviously.
Obviously.
Yes.
All right.
Great movie. Everyone should see this. If you're like also scared of horror and stuff, still see it. It's still really good.
Okay.
The only bloody part is halfway through the movie. No, not like 75%. That's the only bloody part.
All right. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
It was such a great
movie.
And
I'm going to go see it, and maybe we'll do a smaller mini review. I'll confirm or deny whether you think it's good or not.
You might be more like, because you haven't seen the Backrooms at all.
Yeah, that kind of makes me want to see it more because I used to love, my favorite genre of movies back in the day, I don't know why, was when TV shows became movies. Because it didn't happen that often, but when it did, it was an event kind of thing. I go to the X-Files. X-Files, which I'm rewatching the series because it's one of my favorite series ever. And I remember when, it's going to be, after the series was canceled, they made a movie. And you go, oh, wow. And then the movie was successful, so they brought it back. And so you got to see, what happens. So I always loved that. Even really silly things. The Pokemon movie, for example. The Pokemon animated series. And the first movie, I went to see it. SpongeBob movie. Another example.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob TV show, they make a movie, and the first SpongeBob movie is one of my favorite movies ever. It's brilliant. So I'm kind of curious about seeing this without having seen the series.
Yeah.
To see if you can just go in and watch. So, we'll go back to Grogu and Mandalorian. Did you need to watch the series to enjoy the movie? Could you just go in blind?
About Grogu? Mandalorian?
Yeah, Mandalorian.
I could have gone in blind, but it doesn't really explain the characters that much.
Yeah, it doesn't really explain how they got together and that kind of thing, but clearly they've been together, and so maybe, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see it from that perspective. if I've never seen the series, would I enjoy the movie? I don't know, because I'm biased. I've seen the series.
Yeah, I will say, if you are going into the Backrooms, I feel like you should watch this movie first. Because the Backrooms, it's a bunch of like Morse code, like cryptic messages, and it doesn't explain anything. This movie explains everything, and when you watch the Backrooms like series again, you're gonna know everything, and it's gonna be better because you know what it is.
And that is perfect because that, leads to my second kind of question, or the question or point is, does the movie enjoy your rewatch of the series, right? Does it enhance it?
It probably will. Yeah.
That's interesting. See, that's always an interesting thing too, is if you watch, it goes to the Star Wars thing. I keep talking about thinking Star Wars. But if you don't know anything about Star Wars, you know nothing about Star Wars, do you watch the order, right? The timeline order. The chronological order, the prequels, which they don't exist in my world, but in certain worlds they do. Do you watch those in episode 1, 2, 3, 4 in order? Or do you watch it the way they were originally made? The 3 OG trilogy, the best ones, and then the sequel trilogy, and the prequels don't exist.
They don't exist.
There you go. But it's always an interesting, curious thing. What do you watch first? All right, cool. All right, any final things on this?
It's a great movie. There's no humor. There's one part where it's funny, but that's it. The whole movie is just a dude going insane.
But it doesn't need it?
No,
humor?
It does not need humor.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So go check them out.
Do not watch it if you have heart problems, because your heart rate will be at least 100 the whole movie.
Wow. All right, that's an interesting endorsement. All right. Drop below if you agree, disagree, what kind of thing. If you saw it, let us know. We'll do another one after I go see it, and you go see it again, see if it holds up, and then we'll be back with that. We'll be back with other stuff. So keep subscribing, people, please, and keep watching the long form too, because we really appreciate that.
We do like making these long forms.
We do. It's just, the short ones get more views, but, come watch these too. All right.
We out.